Good evening, you guys. I came on a little early. How y'all doing today? How is everybody doing this evening? I'm gonna give some more people the opportunity to start getting the notifications. But how is everybody doing tonight? I hope y'all doing okay today. I had a refreshing day today. I'm happy because I had the opportunity to do, even though I had to work today. I'm gonna post up a picture of who I actually had the opportunity to interview today. I'm gonna post this picture up on my I'm gonna post this picture up on my community page. Then I had the opportunity to go to the nail shop, and I went and did some shoe shopping and stuff. And I ordered me this cute leopard shoe and purse. Okay. I got a cute little black jumper to go with it. It's gonna be so cute. Hey, Miss Lori. Oh my God, how have you been, Miss Lori? I'm so happy to see you. Oh my God. I'm telling you guys, when I first started doing my TV show, Miss Lori was one of the people that came over to my studio and prayed for me and spoke life into my studio. And I remember when I first got into my studio, right? When I first got my office, I was in a little bitty small studio, a little small office. And I'll never forget, right after we did the interview, I kid you not, I had just moved into that office. We made one part of it a studio, the other part of it was a little small office. And I remember right after Miss Lori got through doing the interview, she said, "Oh, and God just said to me, you're getting ready to move out of this small space. You're getting ready to move into a bigger studio in less than 2 or 3 months." And I had just moved into that studio. I moved into a bigger studio. I never forgot that. Hey, Caramel. Hey, Miss Anissa. Gristle Hardaway. Joy Loves God. Shout out to my moderators, Miss Yam, Tanya. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss nobody. G Money, Blaine, that dude new to you, Ramona, Letitia. I don't be wanting Roberta, Miss Jacqueline. I don't be wanting to miss nobody. JP3, Miss Anissa. Yes, God is good. Won't He do it? Won't He do it? Thank you, Low 217. Thank you so much. And I was able to move into a bigger space by pure D favor. It was absolute favor. Okay. That's why when it's time for you to be blessed, no devil in hell could ever stop that. No devil in hell could stop it. They could, be mad all day, but they just can't stop the blessings of God. When it's your time, it's your time. Hey, little Miss Muffin. I'm giving other people the opportunity to come into the room and get the notifications and things of that nature. Tonight we're going to talk about J.Prince Sr.'s daughter. Does she have a mental illness, for her to flip out like that? They're saying that that's her that's on the video. How did, who put the video in the house? Was it her video that she put in her house? Who put the video out to the media? They say J.Prince's daughter got postpartum depression. Sounds like an excuse. God is good. Face red, heart shape. Yes, God is good. Yes, God is good. I always say to God, Lord, let every connection, that every person that you connect me with either be a blessing or a lesson. Okay. So even when, it seems bad, it's still a lesson, you know, because you like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And, when you're just meeting people and they try to cut you on your back and stuff like that, like these are people that have put years into doing that. But I do believe that each and every time that it happens to me, God is just letting me know it's getting ready to be another elevation. Because every time there has been some type of betrayal or somebody has tried to cut at me, there's always an elevation. So I be like, God, thank you. When I see it, when I start seeing the enemy start working at you, they start trying to slander you and do all kinds of mess. I go, Lord, thank you. I know elevation is coming because I had something before God anyway. So I'm like, push through, God. I sure thank you. Gristle Hardaway says my wife had postpartum, but never did know S like that. That's true. Normally, when people have postpartum, they go into a depression and they just sit in the window. Okay. Because I know about postpartum depression. When I had my second baby, my mother was like, I started to get worried about you. She said I would sit at the end of the couch with my baby on my shoulder and I would coddle my baby. That's why you're right. Because I didn't do no mess like that. And my mom was like, it started to scare me because you would sit balled up on the couch and you had that baby on your shoulder and you just look at the TV. And she was like, I didn't see you eat nothing, drink nothing. You didn't go to the restroom to pee or nothing. It happens. Like right after you have a baby, it can happen when your hormones are trying to um call me soon, Tam. Number still the same. Okay, I will definitely call you, Miss Lori. Can you go to my Facebook and put your number in my Facebook because I have new phones now. And I'll make sure that I give you a call, Miss Lori. True, that's what a lot of people said at Caramel Kimmy. Right. So we're gonna talk about that. Does Maya have mental illnesses? Now the baby is young, and they say postpartum, each and every person, postpartum depression affects them a little differently. But it seems to me she ought to been known better than that. I mean, hey, let's look at that. To me, that's somebody that was mad and in a rage. Hold on. Let's see. Shut the fuck! Shut up! Shut up!
Hey, J.Prince, man, you walk.
Okay, I didn't know that was his video. Well, shout out to AK. I didn't know that was his video, but shout out to him. Or somebody was playing his video. Hold on, let me see. Because I didn't think that was his. I don't like to play other people's videos. Let me see. And you know what's so alarming? When right after she did that, I think somebody was holding the camera because right after she did that to the baby, she looked right over at the person that was holding the camera. I heard some people say that it was a nanny cam, but it looked like to me might have been mad at the person that was holding the camera. Street Politics said they show use your videos at Real Talk with Tamara. Do they? Who's used my video? Hey, Demon. Street politics, who use my videos? Are you talking about in general that they use the videos? Everybody who talking Memphis. Hold on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Hey, natural born queen. Stop kid. What's up, OG? OG in the house. But y'all, it seemed like to me, just from looking at that video, I'm sorry I had to answer the phone, but it seems like to me, you guys, that she might have been mad at somebody. Let's take a look at that again, because right after she shook that crib, that was a rage. That was an anger at somebody. Okay. She looked right over there at the camera. Somebody said, I've heard some people say that they think it was a nanny's cam. I don't know about that. Hey, Kimberly. Let's see. Y'all, that wasn't no nanny's cam. Somebody was holding. Y'all see how that camera is shaking? Somebody was holding a phone. Okay. Somebody was in that house with her. That camera was shaking. So that was not a nanny's cam. Somebody was holding that camera. And it seemed like to me she looked over there right after she shook that baby's bed. She looked over at the person in anger. So it was probably the baby daddy. But hold on, let's see. Cause she is out of her off of her rocker. Did y'all see how she looked over there at that person? After she did that. That's just evil on so many levels. Now, she could very well have postpartum. You know, I don't know. You know, but I think all women go through some form of postpartum after a baby. I've never heard of cases like this. So it might have already been some type of mental illness. I mean, I know that I'm not gonna play it anymore, Caramel. I know it's very disturbing. I'm not gonna play it anymore. It seems like a demonic force took over her. That's just evil on so many levels. And I think she's a singer. You know, I'm sure, you know, to keep her, since it's all over the internet, to keep her from going to jail, they probably gonna send her. But you know, she might have a history of being in and out of the mental institution. Great Face says, I believe they said it happened 5 years ago. Either way, it's wrong. J.Prince has created a lot of enemies and everyone is about to go at him. Oh, wow. So they're saying it might have happened 5 years ago. Okay, because her babies are probably okay. Oh my God. Little Miss Muffin says, and for this to resurface, you're right. He does have a lot of enemies, Gray Face. Little Miss Muffin says, I had postpartum, but I wasn't like that. I just cried for no reason. Right. You get really emotional. Like people, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. I know they try to separate post like PMS and you know, a premenstrual syndrome and postpartum are, to me, similar, because I can tell just as good when I'm getting ready to come on, because I get irritated real easy, and I might shed some tears. I might start thinking about my grandmama, or I might start thinking about something, and I all of a sudden I'll just boohoo and cry. You remember when they did me like this? You know what I mean? I mean, but even with the postpartum, and it was not like a long time that I can remember. It was nothing where I had to have medicine. I think all women, when you first have those babies, you kind of go through that, but I've never known anybody to be a mad person. You're right. They kind of go into a depression and they just want to sit off by themselves. Or like my mom said, I sat at the end of the couch and I had that baby on my shoulder. Okay. It happens, but I was not a mad person. You're right. Most people just kind of cry. They just kind of be emotional because your hormones are trying to regulate again. And I think she's a singer because she was the one that was singing to her dad. So Letitia said, cancel her expeditiously. You absolutely right. Joy Loves God says, I had postpartum with my firstborn. When my husband would get home from work, me and baby would be crying. Matter of fact, cancel the whole family. They traumatized him. So do y'all think that it was postpartum depression, or she was angry at whoever it was that was holding that camera? So they gonna know whoever it was that was holding that camera, which was probably a boyfriend or something, is the one that leaked that. Okay? It's the person that leaked that. Can't even imagine that child getting a hold of that video. I know it. Oh my God. Stop Killing says, I'm just tired of these kids getting abused by their father or mother. That is ridiculous and crazy. If they do something to a child, they need to go to prison, mental, private, lock her up. Absolutely. I agree. Whether it was 5 years ago or not. Whether it was 5 years ago or not. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. So, I've been waiting to see, with that video being leaked, that they're saying that it might have happened 5 years ago. I'm sure it seemed like to me, J.Prince Sr. just having it from every way. But of course, he's bringing it on himself, though. Because when he went and did that interview and tried to blame, we could clearly see that it appears to me that he did not have any remorse for what happened to Takeoff, and a lot of people are not happy about that. This happens to a young man, and then you get on there talking about you defending the honor of your family. Hey, it would have been one thing if he was humbled, but he had no humility at all. Nia says the baby probably had colic. Postpartum mixed with a baby with colic is a dangerous situation. Yeah. When you do dirt, you get mud thrown back in you. That's true. That's true, you guys. You guys, make sure as y'all come into the room, y'all hit the like button. And thank you all for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you for stopping in. But make sure you hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Okay. So, they've been in, of course, we know that the Prince family has been in the news a lot lately. It didn't make it any better when old man Prince went and did an interview, and he didn't seem to show any remorse, okay, for Takeoff, right? And that interview was completely loaded. Like, it was loaded. Like, he attacked Offset. To me, when he was saying Quavo is going to back up or concur with everything that we've said, it almost kind of seemed like, to me, in my opinion, that it could almost be like a threat. Oh, when he start talking, he gonna say exactly what I said. You have to watch people when they put stuff like that into the atmosphere. In my opinion, I believe Quavo has a lot of pressure on him. There's a lot of other people feel a little differently about that. That's how I feel. And then for him to just attack Offset and his wife, is something wrong with that, you know. So he just didn't make the situation any better. You know, for him to say, you know, apologize to Takeoff's mother, and then it was like, I apologize to his mother, but Mike Prince, you know, we love him, we cared about him, but we don't tolerate disrespect. And I mean, it's so many words from what I can hear. They were saying, trying to put the blame on somebody else. If you had not disrespected us, you never would have lost your mans. And I don't think that that didn't sit well with a whole lot of people. I know that it did not sit well with me at all. It didn't sit well with me at all. It probably kind of put the nail in the coffin. And we could see how nervous Junior was, J.Prince Jr. was, you know, so he nervous. You could tell that he's nervous. And then he goes and kind of throw Lil Boosie out on up under the bus. He didn't, let me see, did he throw Lil Boosie up under the bus? No, he did skid marks on Boosie face. He did more than throw him up under the bus. He did skid marks on his face. Letitia says, I feel Quavo got a lot of pressure too, and he grieving. Me too. Quavo out here living his best life. Caramel say she thinks he's living his best life. Caramel says that Quavo is a part of mob ties now. Greyface says J.Prince Jr. shaky. Well, you could tell that he was absolutely 100% nervous, right? We could see that he was 100% nervous. G Money 69 says Takeoff little brother diss Quavo. Quavo been hanging with Diddy weird. Wow. So Takeoff's little brother diss so y'all make sure you all hit the like button as you come into the room. If you haven't, we only got 59 likes. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys hit the like button as you come in. I want to move just a little further because we got a lot to talk about tonight, and talk about we'll go into Charleston White. Charleston White definitely had some choice words for hey Shelvin. He definitely has some choice words for J.Prince Jr. Now, a lot of people talk about Charleston White, okay? But Charleston White, he says some things that he should not say, but he be on point about some stuff. But he said a lot of stuff that he shouldn't say. So, but he went in. Hold on.
Junior, Rap a Lot Records, all them niggas got pussy, nigga. Sons them get their ass kicked up here. His sons them get bullied up here in Dallas, Texas, nigga. I bully the bullies, nigga. Whack 100, J.Prince, Mob James, Dirk, King Von. I bully the bullies. You know why? Because I call the police on every last one of them bitch ass nigga, from J.Prince to J.Prince Jr. J.Prince Jr. Boy, let me tell you something, Junior. You known for jumping on bitches, nigga, beating up strippers, and taking pussy when you're drunk, nigga. After club hours, Junior. Shut your little ass up, nigga. Shut your motherfucking ass up, J.Prince Jr. You known for beating up stripper bitches and taking pussy when you're drunk after club hours, nigga, during after hours time. Stop talking like y'all the mob. I'm sick of you niggas. You ain't no goddamn mob, James. You ain't no goddamn mob, James. And y'all ain't got no goddamn mob ties. They need to put you in the feds, nigga. J.Prince needs to go to federal prison, and his sons need to go too, nigga. I'm sick of you niggas playing like y'all the mob, nigga, and y'all ain't got the same connection as the Italian gangster, nigga. Kill a politician then, nigga. Put a hit out on a cop then, nigga, if y'all the goddamn mob. Or shut y'all goddamn ass up, James and James Jr. I hate the Prince family. I hate Rap-A-Lot Records. I hate what you niggas represent and stand for, nigga. A bully family that's really weak. Y'all ain't the Kennedys, nigga. Y'all ain't the Bushes. Y'all ain't the DuPonts, niggas. Y'all ain't the Hineses, nigga. Y'all ain't the Hiltons, nigga. Y'all bully your own people, nigga. So fuck mob ties. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Now, since somebody try to kill me, nigga, I'm gonna put all you niggas' ass in jail. I put a case on all you niggas, Prince. I don't give a fuck about nothing street, nigga. Street rules, street ties, street organization, street principles. I don't give a fuck about nothing street, nigga. I'm law abiding. I love law. I'm a police calling ass nigga, man. And I love to be the nigga to put Rap-A-Lot Records, J.Prince in jail, nigga. Threaten me like you talk to Quavo and Takeoff them, nigga. I ain't never need your protection, nigga. And I'll be in Houston on the 17th, nigga. I ain't never needed none of you nigga protection. That's what the law is for. 911, I'm scared. I need help, Mr. Police. Fuck you, somebody I'm gonna call a weak ass rap mogul for. You a rap mogul, nigga. You ain't a boss. You the CEO of Rap-A-Lot. Stop living in this fairy tale world. J.Prince like y'all the mob. You ain't no goddamn mob, nigga. You a rap label. How many people got to remind these niggas? These niggas are rappers. Playing like they are nigga goddamn record labels. CEO. Nigga ain't shit. Sick of you nigga playing like y'all bigger than what y'all is. Nigga, you ain't shit, James. Nigga, you was the shit when we didn't know your flaws. Now we know you talk too much. Nigga, you the police. J.Prince. Listen to me. You and Junior. Senior and junior. Nigga, let me tell you nigga something. Cause obviously, you ain't as smart as we think you is, James. James, this is an open murder investigation. Fuck is you doing coming and know y'all implicated in it, nigga? You snitching, you dropping names. You know these people watching. You know these people listening. What are you trying to do, curtail the investigation? Silence, James. I thought they moved in silence. When you start talking so much, James. Shh, shh. They watching. They listening, James.
You took my baby. This is
Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Well, I mean, hey, right. Rhonda said he keep using that man's government name. He used it the whole time. Then hey, I ain't mad at Charleston White. But now Charleston White gonna be down. He said he'll be down there in Houston. I hope he take him some security or something. I hope he take him some security down there in Houston. Yeah, he telling the truth. I can't get mad at the man. He telling the truth. He telling the truth. Y'all hit the like button. For those of you all that haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Make sure you guys hit the like button. We at 67 likes. Y'all run the likes up for me. Run it all the way up. Run it up so you can't run it no more. Like Young Dolph said, we'll be back to talk about Young Dolph tomorrow. Run it up till you can't run it up no more. He will call the police and they know, yeah, he'll call the police. But see, the thing about it is down there in Houston, okay, it seems like that, the Princes are chummy with the police. So that's the reason why he needs to make sure he takes him a lot of security when he goes down there to Houston. He needs to take him a lot of security. Yeah, y'all, please run the likes up. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Run it up. We only had 76 likes. Hit the like button and run the likes up. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button. I'm gonna make sure I put that up there. Hit the subscription button. Caramel says Charleston White got plenty of backup from the feds. Charleston White says he taking the alphabet boys with them the best ones to take. I don't support Charleston White, but he speaks some real truth. Yeah, he speaks some real truth. We have to give him. I mean, he says some things that he should not say, but he definitely speak the truth. When he's speaking the truth, we got to give him that. You're right. He be speaking some truth now. He be speaking some truth. Y'all share the video on y'all's page. Make sure y'all share this video on y'all page. Now let's move a little further, and then we're gonna talk about some more stuff too. Let's hear what WHAC 100 got to say, because y'all know WHAC 100.
This nigga that came.
Hate shit.
Here we go.
WHAC, where have we heard that before? When have we heard that before, WHAC? All the GDs and all this, and you're gonna bring hell in.
Then y'all nigga supposed to be this. Brain stop. Y'all nigga, John. Nigga even speak on me and Tate relationship, nigga. I don't know you niggas from a can of paint, nigga. Y'all nigga don't know how me and my brother rock, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga. This your 5th interview, nigga. You done did about my brother, nigga. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about the family, nigga. We ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but you niggas. You niggas, man, who y'all nigga think y'all nigga is? John got it, nigga. Ain't nobody going for none of that, bro. I ain't studying none of that shit y'all nigga talking about either. And if you heard something from me, I'ma tell you it's gonna come from me. Call my phone. Y'all nigga going off of he say, she say. Then y'all nigga supposed to be this is who y'all supposed to be. And y'all nigga on interviews and it out on an interview. Talking about I said that nigga call my phone, homie. You call my phone, we'll have a conversation. They what I'm talking about. All that plant internet games. Hey, first off.
So yeah, that was Offset right there, getting at J.Prince about running his goddamn mouth and having his name in his damn mouth. Definitely can hear the anger in his voice. That
Look
man
what I'm
is very
trying to figure
upset.
out. Now watch this. Here you go again, Ru. J.Prince responding to some shit because have we heard Offset say something
Never.
to J.Prince?
Never.
No, we got the people looking
Nothing.
too. We got the people
He
looking
ain't
too.
said nothing, right? So here you go. Him alarming law enforcement that Offset might have a problem with us.
He's reaching for a problem for
Here
clout.
we go again.
Bait shit.
Here we go
WHAC,
again.
where have we heard that before? When have we heard that before, WHAC? All the GDs and all this, and you're gonna bring hell and fury on somebody.
Yeah. Here we go again. Nigga, listen. He's now Offset ain't openly said nothing. So now this nigga that came out on one of the largest podcast platforms and waking it up that Offset is making threats. Offset, it's a possible problem between us and Offset. Why are you telling everybody? I thought y'all said mob ties, gangsters move in silence. I'm confused, my nigga. To all y'all that hate WHAC 100, that's cool. But let's talk about the facts. If it ain't out in the open and Offset ain't publicly in the interview in the song or nowhere said, fuck you niggas, I blame you niggas, it's on with you niggas, and you done heard through the grapevine that nigga Offset tripping, why is you publicizing it? Why are you telling everybody, the world, the investigators, the FBI, why are you telling everybody that Offset got a problem and nigga is saying this, that, and the other, and we letting y'all know it's a problem? Why? I know you may hate WHAC 100. That's cool. But let's not hate the facts. Hate WHAC, but don't hate the facts. Hate WHAC, but don't hate the facts. The facts of the matter is, if something's going on in the streets, that's unknown to nobody but the people that is going on with, you are not supposed to be exposing it to law enforcement or to the motherfucking world. That's the facts. Hate whack, but don't hate the facts. Once again, with another form of a PC move, pay attention to what's going on over here in case he tried to. I'm just saying, hate whack, but don't hate the facts.
But he admits that he heard this through the streets. So it's like, why are you taking it to a major interview?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
He said he got people everywhere. He said, I got people
When you
everywhere.
got ears in the street, you should have a mouth in the street too.
And that's cool. No,
listen.
the mouth in the street comes through form of action. Right? You don't go tell the world this is the open investigation. He is directly tied to the murder victim, and you saying you heard from the streets Offset tripping and it might be on. Then nigga is supposed to be on. You ain't supposed to go broadcast that.
See, to be on or call that nigga. Like Offset said, nigga called my phone. Y'all got my
because I'm willing to bet whatever he heard or whoever he heard it from, it's some niggas just talking.
It was a message. They sent the message his way. They sent him a message.
But you are not supposed to take street info. It's like I hear right now, yo, whack. Yeah, what up? Yo, man, you know, such and such and them, they talking about robbing you. Blueface talking about robbing you. He mad at you. Right? And I come on in and be like, yeah, Blueface. And I heard you want to rob me. Yeah, the streets telling me you want to rob me.
I myself.
I'm telling.
You're telling. That's what I'm saying.
El Rata Capone. Shoshana Gotti. Squarehead. A.K.A. J.Prince. Man, rinse that front up off of you. Where I come from ain't no future in the front anyway. We don't fuck with them niggas anyway. This Power Road. But at the end of the day, all y'all know that hate whack. But you can't hate the facts. Nigga, if you heard it in the street, you're supposed to keep it in the street. You ain't supposed to go on no podcast and publicize it to 100 motherfucking million people that Offset tripping, he might want to do something to us. You heard what he said? You know, don't make me defend myself. Nigga.
That's the same shit he did last time.
Yo. What the fuck?
Nah,
y'all see what I did? Yo, what that content with the feds called me?
That's what I'm saying, Whack. This shit be wild.
Who got the content when the feds called me, bro?
This is content.
I gotta find it, then I can send it to
you.
It's on my page.
Hold on.
It's on my page.
Hold on. Listen. Let me show y'all. Right?
Yeah, hit the like button.
What you supposed to do? Hold on. I got that shit somewhere. Let me show y'all what you supposed to do when law enforcement or any of that shit call you, regardless of if a nigga's an enemy. I don't give a fuck what the nigga is. Nigga be an enemy. Nigga, you is not supposed to implement nobody and nothing. At all costs, nigga, you evade, deflect. You do not. Your worst enemy. Nigga just killed your mama. You do not. Yo, Banging Eric, I just sent it to y'all. You do not, under any circumstances, assist law enforcement in anything. You got them away, so far away from the truth. Fuck, you don't like this nigga. Fuck, he robs you. Fuck, fuck all that. You do not sit up there and let these people know I have a problem. And if something happened to me, I'm on defense, and this is where it probably came from.
Hey, not to mention the fact he old enough to be the nigga's grandfather. You really ain't supposed to be going after no kid like that anyway.
That
Let your
nigga
kids handle it
57.
if they tough.
Yo,
He 57 years old.
he's
That's
speaking
real.
like he the motherfucking guy, like he that guy.
Let your kids handle it.
And he got
They
kids.
tough.
The only one smart right here I see is Jazz. Jazz ain't showed up. Jazz didn't even show up to his own
Jazz
interview.
ain't gonna never say nothing.
J.Prince Jr. is a dummy.
He's not
Jazz
even
ain't gonna
speaking. He
never
just
say
want to
nothing.
sit here.
That's one thing about Jazz. That Jazz is Jazz. He don't try to play tough. He just Jazz. I'm Jazz. I'm who I am. That's it. He ain't trying to do none of that. And the younger one is like that too. They ain't trying to do none of that. The only one trying to perpetrate the fraud is his junior.
Yeah,
nigga.
weirdos.
He know. He
And then
was born rich.
who the other nigga they had on there? The cousin
That was
or something like
that was
that?
the uncle. That was Mike Prince.
The
That was
uncle,
Mike. That was
the
the uncle.
fake ass cry you see about to do it, boy. We never.
Yeah, the hard way cry.
Yeah, he put on the show.
Nevertheless, while we finna get ready to play this content, so I'll show you how you supposed to handle this shit. A valley nigga, as they say, right? You on the 100 ENT show, the 100 ENT morning show with hot topics with Whack 100. It's a Monday. You got Rule, you got Danny, you got.
Let's hear the clip. What I took from that, right? Personally, me too. Say, but.
Okay, y'all. So y'all heard what Whack 100 had to say. I think since then, he and Whack 100, there's been some more words exchanged between J.Prince Sr. and Whack 100. But it was a lot of people that was not feeling, definitely not feeling that interview that he did with $1 million worth of game. And the mere fact that people feel like, he got on there and tried to bully Offset. Why would he get on there and say something to Offset? I don't know if he was trying to alert the police. I don't believe so. I truly believe that he was trying to incite something, or he wanted for Offset to respond and rebuff. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think that his issue with Offset is clearly because of his close relationship with that record head or QC or whoever that guy is that was owning that record label. Y'all know I've been hearing over the internet that he may have sold it or something like that. I don't know. But I think that he may have targeted Offset because of that. He may have targeted Offset because of that. Now, remember there have been reports that Takeoff was wanting to leave QC record label too. They said Takeoff was very methodical. He was more of he was smarter, right? As far as the numbers and things of that nature, business. Most quiet people are very smart, right? And so, there are rumors that they wanted to take him out because he wanted to leave the record label also. We don't know. So, for him to just go at, Takeoff like that. Hold on, you guys. I mean, Offset. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find that part. For J.Prince Jr. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to find it. I wonder why I can't hear it. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to I was trying to pull up that video of J.Prince Jr. They probably had to mute it. Hold on. Rest in peace to Duke the Jeweler. So he made sure that he threw it all on Boosie back. He was letting everybody know, because people was wondering, because everybody was kind of thinking that was J.Prince Jr.'s dice game. That was his environment. People was kind of confused about why Boosie was walking around with his shirt off. They thought that was J.Prince Jr.'s event. Y'all see J.Prince Jr. kind of threw that back on Boosie's back. Now we know he telling a damn lie about he didn't know he was a jeweler and he didn't know his name. That's a lie. That's when he started crying, when no tears came down. Hold on, y'all. Now, hold on. Now it is reports. I have not seen it. Okay. I have not seen it. Dino says, can y'all hear? She talking. You can't hear. Can you hear me now, Dino? Can you hear me now, Dino? Senior fighting to maintain status in a world. Okay. Senior is fighting to maintain status in a world full of hungry young wolves. Okay. Yeah, and now I have not seen the live, but I was looking at some videos. Y'all know people do a cap on the internet, where some people were saying that Lil Boosie was feeling a certain way, supposedly about J.Prince Jr. kind of he throwing him up under the bus. I was looking at some videos of some people, although I didn't see Boosie. I didn't see the video that was saying that Boosie kind of threw out some subliminals at J.Prince Jr. Because if you look at it now, he didn't say Boosie he said somebody robbed him, but he kind of laid everything at Boosie's feet. He wanted for people to know that that was not his pool party, that him and his people just showed up. You know, that was all on Boosie. I ain't know who he was. He was with Boosie. He basically throwing it all on Boosie and them back. We just showed up to a pool party. You know, that was Boosie's dice game. So he just kind of laid everything back at the foot of Lil Boosie. That's what he did. And so I was listening to some vloggers claim that Boosie went live and he supposedly threw out some subliminals. Supposedly, you know, he didn't like that at all. But hey, mind and mental, I agree. At Catalina Lee, maybe he is going to turn on all these other little labels too, but back up Rock Nation, including getting rid of Yo Gotti. That part and more. Mind and mental Gotti on the table. Exactly. How could he know it was a robbery? Absolutely. Now, let's talk about that. J.Prince Sr. goes on to say that Duke the Jeweler situation, that was, he said that was Chicago business. That was a robbery. So that means how did they know that was Chicago business? So that means I guess they know what happened, right? How do they know anything about that? So, you know, just because J.Prince Jr. threw it back on Boosie's back don't mean that they didn't rob him. That they weren't the ones that did it. It just means he threw it back on Boosie's back. He was lying, trying to get the target off of his back about Duke. Right. Because I do believe that they had something to do with Duke the Jeweler, but he had no problem just then trying to throw that monkey back on Boosie's back. He wanted people to know he did not throw that dice game. That him and his folks showed up to do. That was Boosie's stuff. That was Boosie's atmosphere. You notice he said, I didn't know him. I ain't know him, didn't know his name, nothing. As to say, I'm not responsible for him. I don't give a damn about that. He never said rest in peace to him. It was, I didn't hear him say it. Did y'all? Maybe I missed it. Did he say my condolences to him? He was cool while we were standing there. You know, he never said none of that. Okay? Because even for people that you don't know, especially if you've just been in their presence, you still have some type of empathy, especially when they lose something as big as their life. Something as big as their life. Everyone should know at this point, if you in the industry, you have a target on you. That's true. That's so true. That's some Demon says that's some bullshit. Chicago dudes will hit you in the shot if you want to. Right. Why was Chicago dudes and Duke the Jeweler was moving around Chicago? They said he moved around Chicago freely and he knew how to move in Chicago. Why would they have to go to Houston? Not unless they got him to Houston to do that. But like Demon said, hell, they could have hit him in the city. If they wanted to do something to him, they wouldn't have had to go outside of Chicago and go way up to Houston to hit him. He knew exactly who he was. Yeah, he knew. And for him to say, I didn't know he was a jeweler, I didn't know who he was, that just kind of raised suspicions too. He was standing there with all that jewelry on his neck. He had all that money, and I'm sure Boosie introduced them. That's the reason why Duke the Jeweler was there. Duke was a businessman. I kind of believe they lured him there. That man wouldn't have been way cross country if he didn't think he was getting ready to get some business. just, I don't think that Duke the Jeweler was a groupie. Hell, Duke the Jeweler was making jewelry for people with real money. They weren't necessarily rappers. They had that long money. So how you in Mob Gangster and don't know Duke the Jeweler? Right. They would have got him there if they wanted him that bad. No need to travel across state lines. Absolutely. You absolutely right. No need to travel across state lines. We want justice. Right. Justice for Duke the Jeweler. That just further solidifies what we was thinking anyways, you guys. No type of empathy or anything. Let's hold on one second. I think it's a shame how they wanted to try and do hold on. So that's what Offset means when he said, "What you think you John Gotti or somebody?" He said, "I'm saying nobody gave him the green light to do that." It's clear that they was walking out, and that lady asked him what happened, and he cussed her out, didn't he? I mean, we heard that. I don't think that was edited, but anyways. Oh my God. I never heard him say that. He said he wished the bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff. So is he inadvertently saying, or is he saying that they tried, it was him that they tried to hit, but it hit Takeoff? For him to say, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff, that's evil. what has Migos bands done that, other than they wanted to try to lay it all at his feet, and they couldn't do that because of the video, because Houston police was just ready to do it. This was put into play years ago, and now it's showing itself for all parties involved. Wow. Wow, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you haven't. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Let's just listen to a little more. The man had to remind him that Takeoff was the most important thing, because he constantly trying to make it about himself, his pride, his honor, his like the guy, like Offset said, he think he John Gotti. Oh, y'all didn't hear? Hold on. Let me know if y'all can hear now. Hold on. I wonder why it's not let me see. I can hear it on my end. You guys just don't. Y'all can't hear it on y'all's end for some reason. I wonder why. I don't know why. Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it? It seems like to me that y'all can't hear it, although I'm playing it from another screen. That you all can't. Can y'all hear J.Prince talking? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Why y'all can't hear him talking? Because normally, okay, okay. Well, I guess it ain't no need of me playing it, because for some reason it is not But what I was doing was I was just kind of doing a recap on when he, talked about, with Migos bands. I didn't hear that he had said that when I listened to it the first time. He said he wished the bullet would have hit Migos bands instead of Takeoff, because Takeoff didn't deserve that. The bullet should have killed Migos bands. That was evil of him to say it. I mean, for J.Prince Sr. to be as old as he is, I think that's real evil for him to say that bullet should have killed somebody else, child, when the truth of the matter is people will respect him better if he had said no shots should have ever been fired off. They had no right. It's like he never addressed. He consistently gave the other little dudes, he consistently gave them passes. He gave them passes. He never said that what they did was wrong. Yeah, he never said what they did was wrong. So, hold on. I don't know why I can hear it on my system, but you all cannot hear it unless I pull it in, and I won't be able to pull it in because they'll strike me for showing their video. We have to keep exposing the evil of the industry, not just the music. These low vibration acts affects our children. I love your show, peace and light. Thank you, Mind and Mental. I appreciate that so much. The more they blame each other, they snitch on each other. That's true. Because one thing for sure, J.Prince Sr. is going to stand by his children. He's going, even though it's something ain't right, about something. It's weird what has happened. I don't believe that Junior is innocent. Junior tried to say he didn't. That was not him that said something. When he was walking out, but it's clear that that was Junior that said. It's clear that that was Junior that said something. Okay. It's clear that that was him. Hold on, you guys. And the way they threw Duke the Jeweler up under the bus, it was just, that was sick. That was low down on so many levels. Okay. It won't let me play it without pulling it in. And hold on, let me see. Okay. It won't let me play the audio. For some reason the audio can't be heard on this screen, and it's very unusual. Yes, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't hit the subscription button, please hit the subscription button and share the video so that other people can see the video. I would appreciate that so much. Also, if you haven't hit the like button, definitely hit the like button. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button and definitely share the video for me. I would appreciate that. There is no honor. I meant play the audio from your phone. Okay, yeah, I could do that. I could play it from my phone. Hold on, let me see. That's what I'll do. Thank you, Demon. Let me see, you guys. Hold on, guys.
Vision problems. Try adding this to a glass of water before bed. Every human has around 100.
Get down, tuned into me. Let me ask y'all a question. What's the from the Prince family standpoint? What's the worst? What is the when you get into feelings? What's the worst feeling that y'all had that from what happened that night? Like what eats at y'all the most of what happened that night? Other than Takeoff here losing his life. I don't. Let me just say this. I don't think I heard you say other than that, but that's at the top. You know what I mean?
he lost his life. Other than that, the worst thing to me is this clown that came here. I wish he would have never came with Quavo. I wish he wouldn't have never brought this nigga into Houston because he can't think. You know what I mean?
Now he blaming Quavo.
Is from his action. And to be frank, honest about the situation, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff because he was the one that deserved that. You know what I mean? Takeoff didn't deserve that. You know, so that's the worst thing that I could think of because if he don't make that move, then the night is everybody's still here and live to see another day, and you know what I mean. It's bubbly and lovey-dovey,
right? You know, and I understand that. You know, the Takeoff situation is the most.
That's evil to say. He said he wish it was Migos band.
You know, other than that, from the Prince standpoint, it might be like that it ever even was possible that it could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, real clearly, and you know, as I said, man, the root. You know, everybody, even the police department, want to get around the root of what really happened. Now, there's a law that goes on around the world where if me and you go rob a bank and, you know, the police or somebody is shooting, trying to protect that bank, right, and hit some innocent person, who you think get that charge? The person that shot that innocent person?
Oh my God.
The root of the situation that was wrong.
So he want Migos bands to be charged.
Okay. That's what we're dealing with right here. You know what I mean? This dude is the root of this shit. You know what I mean? And from what I done read in this police report, you know, where he's, you know, killing on everything he can tell on Jazz, and you know what I mean, he moving on to say he was trying to be robbed, and man, don't nobody who want to rob, you know, them little dudes, the last thing they would have done was violated and tried to rob Quavo. Me and Quavo done walked in the hood of Fifth Ward, me, him, and Jazz, by ourselves in the whole hood. And when by the time we hit a few corners, we had 100 plus walking with us. You know what I mean? So he know firsthand. Well, no, that's like a lie to justify that dumb shit that he done. And you know, that's just the root of the shit, man. If I could change it, I would change it. If I was God, I would have reached and grabbed and stopped the bullet from hitting the loved one, because I love him that much. You know what I mean? But I was in a bed sleep.
He must have been there because it's like he's trying to place himself away from the scene here.
Just to elaborate on that, man. I think, like I had spoke before and said, that my biggest thing is just me thinking about that whole night and that whole situation, to where, like you guys spoke on, how so many speak about the family, how one should have been controlled, why it happened, this and that, and another. You know what I'm saying? Well, we not
you
God.
sure did say that.
You know
your words mean everything.
We don't fear no man.
You did say that.
Because we follow him first and foremost.
He is. It seemed like to me, you're right. He mad at the police.
I asked myself, was it anything else that could have been done to manicure that situation?
Hold on, before I go any further with that, you mean the world to me did leave a comment saying that J.Prince Sr. and them was mad at HPD because they didn't charge because they charged DJ Pat. I believe that's what you said, isn't it? And sure enough, he just said that. You know, he feel like that HPD was supposed to charge DJ Pat because he feel like DJ Pat started this and made them dudes shoot Quavo. I mean, made them dudes shoot Takeoff in the back of his head. That's evil on so many levels. He didn't say not one time that those dudes never should have fired off any shots. The boy said that they tried to rob him. He ain't got no damn reason to lie about that. He ain't got no reason to lie about that. So he's saying that HPD, and I believe if it had not been no video, that's the reason why I told y'all HPD was not right. Had it not been any video, okay, HPD would have tried to put it at the foot of would have tried to put it at the foot of Migos bands, because y'all see the energy when they put out into the atmosphere that they was looking for. They was going to question him and all of that, right? But clearly on camera, we saw that Migos bands did not shoot Takeoff. They was going to try and put that at his feet, I do believe, and coerce and pay other people off to say that he did it and frame that boy. But because there was video out, that's why J.Prince Sr. was so mad. They could not do that. That's evil on so many levels. And for him to sit up and say that Migos band should have got that bullet and not Takeoff, he wished it was him that had been hit. For him to be old enough to probably be Migos band's damn granddaddy, he ought to be a damn shame of himself. That's evil to say about anybody's child.
You know what I'm saying? Because we so used to molding and the respect. You know what I'm saying? To where we didn't have no doubt that it wasn't gonna be no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't move like that. No one in association or affiliation with us move with disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So we all family. You know what I'm saying? And just to see.
Swelling means there's blood and fluid getting stuck. And when your lymphatic system is clogged up, that's when inflammation occurs. This can even cause...
Wait. That my family is being betrayed. You know what I'm saying? By someone that we care about and love also as brothers. That's the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to enlighten the world. Let them know y'all got it messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because we messed up about this too. You know what I'm saying? Me, and all respect to Takeoff's family. You know what I'm saying? His loved ones. We love them and respect them too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 1 hour was took that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro say, behind this clown, man, we don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? When we say move, we move. When one leg move that way, the other leg gonna move that way. We don't have no out of bounds clown shit going on in our family. This nigga came down here and he was out of line. And he stepped out of bounds, man, without permission. Quavo told me, after I told him, I said, nephew, stop talking about basketball, leave it alone. He said, Unc, you right. Let's go. Because I don't want to do nothing to one of these niggas before I do something to one of these niggas. This dude took upon himself to go trying to violate people.
Now he's not telling the whole truth on that. It's clear that Quavo was upset. Mike Prince even started when Quavo got loud, because people start to get loud when they feel like there's a threat. Mike Prince even started walking up on him in an aggressive manner. Okay. Now I want to give him credit and say, maybe in the beginning, he seemed like he might have been trying to talk it down. Maybe. But he even then started walking up towards him. It's clear that Quavo was upset. Quavo didn't say, Unc, you right. Quavo was mad. He said, hey, let's go. Because evidently, I believe he felt that threat. Migos bands, those guys started surrounding them. Migos bands could feel the threat too. Your body lets you know when something is off. Okay? And then they just start, why in the hell do J.Prince Jr. and them think Migos bands would just start shooting at them for no reason at all? He's sitting there partying with them, right? Evidently, the dude had to have felt some type of threat. And sure enough, these dudes started shooting. Migos bands didn't shoot first. They started shooting. And not one time have you heard J.Prince Jr. say, or Senior say, that they never should have started shooting. Because from what I saw, Migos bands them started walking away, and they did try to, as a matter of fact, somebody pulled him back. I believe they did try to snatch his chain off his neck. That's how they was able to pull him down from the back. He ain't lying about they tried to rob him. They tried to rob him when they walked off.
They didn't violate nobody. They was sitting there humble. Wasn't exchanging words. Wasn't being disrespectful.
He just decided he wanted to be a bully that night and prove something to someone. I don't know, probably because he's the biggest guy out there. I don't know what it was. But we started walking off. You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody in the family violate nobody. A man is going to defend himself. So I can't tell a man not to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even see that coming. You know, as soon as he made his move and struck an individual, I'm like, what you doing? But everything happened like that. And I didn't see no gun in his hand. Because I would have spoke on that.
Mike Prince almost told
I
it.
didn't see that till clippings after the fact that he's already standing there. So he already had his mind on something that shouldn't have been. You see what I'm saying? But it wasn't something that we could control, see coming, stop, or none of that because it wasn't one of ours. You're not of us because you're of us, it wouldn't have never happened. You stepped out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? And if they listen to that tape real good, they can hear the little homie. They can hear the little homie saying, man, if you took that wrong, I apologize. This is what the little homie was telling Quavo. Man, I apologize if you took that wrong. I was just talking about basketball. You know, how humble can you be? After apologizing like that, a nigga gonna hit him with a pistol. Hey man, you know, like I say, under no circumstances did Takeoff deserve what he got. But boy, look at here. That other clown, hey man, that's where it's.
All right, so it plugs it in. Perfect. We'll start the car. I need a tap to begin.
You keep people keep talking about, you know, and I'm just speaking on it because they keep attaching it to your name and your brand and what y'all build. Keep talking about dice game, whether it's in this situation, whether it's in this Duke the Jeweler situation. People keep speaking of that. And to Duke the Jeweler, rest in peace to him and condolence to his family. I don't know the brother, but I know he came down here. Yeah. Things transpired. I don't have no knowledge of it, but they keep talking about this dice game type shit. Yeah. Can y'all elaborate on dice game when it's tied to y'all?
I mean, I know people were associating me with that Duke the Jeweler situation because I went to Lil Boosie pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to him. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got killed. He got killed leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him. So, you know, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I didn't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I didn't know he was from Chicago. I didn't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me. And it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
Yeah, you know, niggas gonna gamble, man. You know what I mean? It's, you know, all around the world, you know, people gamble, people do different things, man. And that shit was happening before we were born. It's gonna be happening after we die. You know what I mean? But like, I know a little something concerning that situation too. And, you know, from what I understand, it wasn't even no robbery. The man had all his jewelry on. You know what I mean? So that's some Chicago business. You know what I mean? And I hate for people to blame shit on my niggas here in Texas, in H-Town, that they ain't even got no fingerprints on none of that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But they quick to try and blame it on us first, and then they'll take it everywhere else. But that shit ain't real. What is the meaning, the definition of mob ties?
Movement of bosses together in elevated structure.
Ain't that powerful? I never knew. No, I never heard it that way.
Basically, our goal is
Say that one more time.
movement of bosses together in elevated structure.
Oh, okay. Sometimes all this here, you know what I mean? All these related, you know, all this here, these bosses.
That's all Boss Brand. That's Drake. Carl Crawford, 1501. That's Megan Boss. Mob Ties. You know, Finesse, Honeycomb, and then the one and only. I love this shit. The one and only is the motherfucker that broke the doors down. Absolutely, man. But it's, you know, I love that name, man, and I wanna talk about that for a minute because, you know, the enemy wanna belittle us to gain conversation and all that small shit. And that ain't what I put in him from a boy. You know what I mean? From a babe. I didn't put no all that weak shit in him. You know what I mean? He has an entrepreneur mind. This is something that he dreamed. You know what I mean? He been dreaming, blood, sweat, and tears went into this name, and it wasn't on no negative bullshit that they try to paint the portrait on. You know, so now you know the move. You know the meaning. You know what I mean? A movement of bosses. You know what I mean? A movement of bosses. If you don't remember the rest, just remember a movement of bosses. And if you qualify, let's ride.
Now, you know, Jazz. How you know, Jazz not here to speak, but how did Jazz feel? You know, knowing they was coming down here for him.
Yeah. Jazz, man, was heartbroken, man, because, you know, Quavo came down because Jazz was having a surprise Jazz Prince Day. The city of Houston was giving him his day. And Quavo and Jazz is, you know, like tight. You know, so he was coming down to support his brother and, you know, be there for him on a moment like that. So you can only imagine, you know how he feel. And the other piece was, you know, he even tried to get him to leave with him because Jazz he wasn't there when everything took place, but he was there earlier. And he asked Quavo to leave with him, but the homies wanted to stay and hang out, you know, which was, you know, a noble thing to do. You know, not thinking all this shit. Niggas like to party, like to have fun. So he decided to stay, but he was heartbroken by this shit, man. You know, he was heartbroken all the way up until this day.
How do you, it was a lengthy police report.
Yeah.
By the guy that was mainly involved with this situation. And how do you feel about things that were said in that police report?
I just add the Chrome extension and it immediately gives me suggestions every time I make a grammar or spelling error, which makes
now he's getting ready to talk about how his disdain for Migos bands again.
It would be so nice to just read some of this police report. Just some of the things so the people won't think I'm making up words. You know, I think it'll be helpful.
All right, let me see. So, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene, he stated that he seen the two males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling a gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Now, we can just stop right there. And let me just explain that little piece, how I feel about that bullshit. Now, clearly, this Bland dude and gave a police report that he seen these two guys with guns earlier. But these the same two guys that he decided he was going to punch with his gun out and hit them with a gun. What do you think going to happen? You know what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you going to hit them? You know, these people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. As you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm gonna try them two guns with my one. And then he tell a blatant lie about they getting ready to rob Quavo. And Lord knows if anybody, any of them people would have tried to rob or touch Quavo, it was gonna be some real problems. So that's just not true.
You want me to finish for you?
Yeah, might as well. Let's let them know how. This dude, here's what he doing, Gilly. This dude right here is running back in Atlanta, getting on the real niggas. So we have to get him $1 million worth of game. Let him know. Now, this is what he doing out here in Houston. Now, if he running,
so he basically came on there to try to tarnish.
But I can't hide it from him. I want him.
So he basically came on there to try and speak about his disdain for Migos bands, to say that he wished he would have been the one that died. Basically, one of them bullets was for him. He just didn't get hit. And also to drag him to try to turn people against him, talk about he ratting.
I don't know. Yeah, I know y'all them kind of people, so let's let them know.
He believed it was probably Cameron Joshua shooting at him, so he began shooting at Cameron Joshua. Video showed that Joshua ran back inside the bowling alley, but there is no video evidence showing him firing a gun.
Now, just this little piece of who he's saying, this when he put my son's name in his mouth.
From my head, a large black male with the victim's group later identified as Willie Bland is seen either striking or...
No. Let's go to Paul where he say who gave him a gun and all that kind of stuff.
But Willie Bland further stated he initially obtained the gun that he discharged from J.Prince, who was hosting the group, including Willie, Takeoff, and Quavo, while they visited Houston. Willie stated that he had asked Jazz for a gun, and Jazz provided him with one that was in the truck.
Now listen at that. Now, Quavo, as I stated.
Hello, Princess B.
Brother. So of course, Jazz don't mind making sure, the homie got some heat, because we understand that what goes on, right? But now you got this clown, I don't know how it ended up in his hand, but it ended up in his hand. This clown is saying somebody want to rob him that gave him a gun. Why would you give a man a gun and try to rob him? You know what I mean? This shit just don't add up and make sense, man, is what I'm getting to. And I'm just trying to get people to realize how big a damn fool this dude here is. And now
shout out to California. Shout out to Vegas.
And ran back and, bust shots and ran to the airport and ran his ass back immediately.
It is.
You know what I mean? He didn't care nothing about the homie Takeoff. As soon as he done that, he went straight to the airport and tore ass home. But I'm going to leave you with all this paperwork, and you can look at it later on.
Don't leave me with this shit. I'll leave you with all this ratting shit.
Y'all going to Atlanta, right? Yeah. But that's what I love about $1 Million Worth of Game, because, you know what I mean? We ain't about that fake shit, and we want to let it be known, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
It's clear that Junior is still very nervous.
Can't protect them kind of individuals.
I'm gonna say this, like, I think we living in a time in the hip hop culture where it's though a lot of us, as we move around, we got to be more level minded.
Yeah.
We got to use security. We got to communicate with each other. I think we just got to be more respectful of one another, and we got to be thankful for the opportunities that hip hop has provided us with. There's a lot of brothers out here on the ground that wish they had the opportunities. A lot of dudes are taking penitentiary chances every day to take care of their family, to take care of their kids. But then there's a lot of brothers that don't have to no more. And they out, they in a better situation. And I just want to say this to a lot of people, man. If you in the street, nigga, don't wait till you get some rap money, give millions of dollars and become one. Because what's happening is, and this ain't got nothing to do with this situation right here, but what I'm seeing in the rap culture is that a lot of dudes was in the neighborhood. Only thing they did was rap. They would play sports, they rap. But soon as they got the millions and they got a bunch of dudes that's in the street that now going to listen to them because they want to go for the ride, they want to get taken care of, they want to get broke off. Now they become this ultimate street nigga. They talk to people crazy. They carry themselves crazy. They on social media talking gangster shit.
any real dude that ever operated outside of the law, did penitentiary time, or didn't go to the penitentiary, was in the street game, ducking the police, ducking the stick-up man, ducking the killers, ducking all the bullshit. They not trying to be no street nigga. They waiting for the nearest opportunity to get out the game. The real cats that really go through this shit because they know what they up against. So why do y'all guys wait till y'all get millions of dollars and want to be tough-ass street niggas?
Hold on, y'all.
It don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense. Like we getting to the point where as though this shit is just getting out of control, man. You know what I mean? Everything ain't gotta be no aggressive shit. Everything ain't gotta be tough. Everything ain't gotta go to the internet soon as some shit happen. You know, if you know, a lot of brothers that go through stuff in the game, you got each other number, or you got the manager number. You know somebody in the camp. If you out here, you doing your thing in the music game, there's somebody in every camp that you know, or you got somebody that knows somebody in the camp where y'all can make a call, y'all can sit there and really talk on some real grown man shit.
Yeah. And let me say this, man. To all the rappers out here, all the athletes that's made it, do me a favor, man. Stop acting like y'all regular niggas, man. You're not. You made it out. You're worth an asshole full of money. You are no longer a regular nigga out here, man. So you gotta protect yourself as so. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers wanna make it out the ghetto and understand how hard it is to make it out the ghetto and then act like they regular niggas. No. When you got a certain special ability that you able to do out here and change your whole family, everybody around you, the way they living and them they circumstances, but you still want to act like a regular nigga, it'll catch up to you, man. Because you're not regular, so you can't do regular shit no more. That's just the reality of this shit. Because God put those type of blessings on you that wherever you go, motherfuckers know you. Wherever you go, you somebody. You cause pandemonium. So you're not regular no more. So you can't act like you regular. You can't carry shit like you regular. Because
you know, a nigga that don't know how to think is a dangerous man. A man that feel like every altercation have to end with violence. He's a dangerous man. He's a damn fool, and it's a matter of time before he meet a damn fool. You know what I mean? And the ending gonna be bad. So that's what we're dealing with. And if there's anything that needs to change is, man, leave them damn fools in the hood. You know what I mean? Y'all know the ones that's damn fools before you bring them out to leave them in the hood, because all the muscle and meanness.
They
and
still
all
trying to blame.
The world ain't nothing, man.
From what I can get from J.Prince Sr., he's still trying to blame. He's so self-righteous and sadistic. He's still trying to blame Quavo for what happened to Takeoff, because he's saying Quavo is the one that brought Migos bands, I guess, for their security or whatever. So he never should have brought him. So he's still not putting blame where it's due, which is on the little dudes that did it. He's trying to blame Quavo. He's blaming Migos bands, saying if Migos bands had never underestimated the little dudes, they never would have. Takeoff would still be alive. So he's not one time did you hear him say that they never should have fired shots. He never said that. That's evil and sadistic. The truth of the matter is Takeoff would be alive if they never would have fired shots off. Period. If they never would have tried to rob Migos bands like he said.
You know what I mean? When it comes to a thinker, right? You know what I mean? That little man, he was 5'2", and a whole lot of little nigga. You can't impose no muscle. I used to specialize in that shit. Hit me, big nigga, so I can deal with your ass. You know what I mean? So you have to like understand that niggas ain't thinking about fighting you no more. So get the right security, man. That's all.
And the reason I always stress security is because I understand you got some real niggas from around your neighborhood that might be real real with all the dumb shit. But when situations come, they might be looking at somebody as an op or opposition, and that's not even the case. It could be something that could be de-escalated, and that's what the professionals is there for. You know, when I'm talking about security, I'm talking about real loud professionals. You got professional, teams out here that will handle your business for you. And you got to understand this, and I try to stress this to a lot of artists. You're not boo-boo from around the way no more. You're a business. You're paying taxes, you're an LLC, you're a business, bro. So you got to carry yourself like that. And I just think a lot of times that money come and motherfuckers just lose their mind. And like I always tell people, man, and I tell these cats, because a lot of these cats that do these young cats, I'm not your peer, man. I'm your fucking elder, man. And I'm not trying to be an old nigga that's trying to be a young nigga. That's the problem that we got now. And that's why a lot of these young cats don't respect the older generation. Because motherfuckers trying to relive their second childhood. I'm your elder nephew. So I'm going to sprinkle this game on you properly. I'm not no motherfucking nigga that, that's out here was a nigga getting high, doing some dumb shit. Nigga, I spent 20 years in the penitentiary. That shit was real. That wasn't no motherfucking game. And y'all, so for me to see a young cat running around here that got unbelievable opportunities, you niggas is making more money than Tupac, Biggie, put all of them together. Y'all make more money than them and these bookings y'all be doing in these, like, come on, man. Y'all make a shitload of money. And I'm talking about on show type money.
Hold on, y'all. I hate these commercials.
Take advantage of this shit and don't finesse yourself out of your blessings. I know y'all done seen me talk to different people, but like I told Pooh, free Pooh Shiesty. I told him, man, don't disrespect your blessings. Do not disrespect your blessings. Don't be out here with that tough shit, man. That born to lose shit and you got millions of dollars in the bank. I don't know how much I'm going to keep stressing this shit, man. Because a lot of times the homies and the so-called OGs ain't telling you this because now you the money train. And I got to say this. You got to protect the king or you going back to the porch. There was a rapper named Skrilla said that. And when I say that, all these brothers that fall, they drop, they homies got to go back to the porch. They back on the fucking block now. Because y'all ain't know that. Y'all wasn't smart enough to protect the king. You protect the king when you make sure you not doing no dumb shit. Because when you doing dumb shit, it's going to affect them. Whether you doing these shows, fucking whatever it is, promote. I'm talking about whatever you going through these cities, soon as you do some dumb shit, that shit fall on artists. Because they want to lock him up first. They ain't trying to lock you up. Police, DAs, they want that rep. They chasing rep. They trying to get popping too. You don't even dig it. They want their DAs, what they Instagram popping too. Fuck time y'all think is going on. They want their Instagram to pop there. Stop slipping, man. Take advantage of these blessings you got and take it.
Allow so much. And that's just the humble side of us.
Okay. So basically, I caught myself trying to, but we had already heard the part of where he came from, when he came for Offset and all of that. And he was saying he don't want to have to defend himself. I guess he wanted for Offset to know that whoever he quote unquote allegedly or supposedly had talked to had brought something back for him. I don't think Offset said nothing about him to nobody. I don't. I believe he wanted to feel out how Offset was feeling, and he put that into the atmosphere to feel the temperature because he wanted for Offset to rebuff. He probably has had a conversation with Quavo, but he has not necessarily had one with Offset. He came at him absolutely wrong, and then he's really close, like I said, with that QC owner of that record label. So I think they're all just coming at Takeoff anyways, right? I mean at Offset anyways, right? I found it extremely strange. I don't know if anybody else did that. The owner of QC and one of the artists, I cannot think of his name that's on QC, did an interview or that it was in the atmosphere that the owner of QC said that it was an accident before the police even knew what happened. How could he make that call? How could that artist say, I just think it was a freak accident that's on QC? I was looking at that interview, and that was before the police ever even made an arrest. They were still supposedly trying to figure out what had happened. So how could they make that call that it was a freak accident? It was something wrong with them. As my dad said, they moved too quick, right? My dad always say that. Oh, they was gonna cut you. They just made they move too quick. And it didn't turn out right. Okay. The venom of a wife beater. I know all about Duke, bruh. For real, for real. He is with Flipper Cousin. Duke make jewelry with Flipper Cuz. Paper Route Vicky. In Chicago. Suspicious QC rap a lot. What's really going on? Because you have to think about now. I'm here. J.Prince Senior had helped. I know in the past, like Master P and all of them, he made, because he had a lot of money at that time, he made large investments in their record company. So it seems to me he might have some kind of stake in QC. You know, we're all in the same generation, so knowledge comes from time and experience, which makes you a real G when you can take all you learned and reach the ones coming behind you. I absolutely agree, Brick City. I agree. Brick City, are you from Jersey? Brick City is New Jersey. Young says, I don't think this has nothing to do with QC. Okay. Blainfield says, and why was the boxer? You know what? They never said anything about the boxer. And I found it suspicious how, okay, Brick City, Arizona, okay. And I found it suspicious how he said, I would have stopped the bullet, but I was at home in the bed. It was like he was. Did I say Offset? Did I say, you said Offset is still alive? Maybe I meant to say Takeoff. If I said Offset, I meant to say Takeoff. I forgot my train of thought. Let's see. Arizona Brick City, Offset is still alive here. So I hope it doesn't have anything to do with QC. I hope it don't either. But I found that weird. How could they say that it was an accident before the police even claimed that they knew what had happened? Okay. So what I'm getting ready to do, I'm getting ready to open the panel up. Anybody that wants to come up can definitely come up. I'm getting ready to drop the link to talk about this situation with the Prince family. To talk about, this situation with the Prince family. We could comment on, J.Prince Senior's daughter, on what we just heard in this interview. Just, Key Glock in chat pre. Shout out to Key Glock. Yeah, come up. I just dropped the link. If anybody want to come up, make sure you hit the link. Like I said, tonight we've been talking about J.Prince. Them. I want to give you guys the opportunity to elaborate on this before we move on. Because I wanted to, in the end, I'm going to talk about some missing women. Okay. Well, tell them to come up. If that's Key Glock, tell them to come up. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I think it does have something to do with QC. I do too. Me personally, I just found that to be very strange and suspicious that he made that call before he knew what actually had happened. For him to make that call. AZ is the same. Newark, New Jersey is the location which you knew already. So you were correct. A Brick City, I thought you meant Arizona. I'm here. Or in what's gonna link. Yeah, I just dropped the link. I want to know what y'all think about this. Like, it would be good to, to kind of even elaborate on. Do y'all think that QC had anything to do with this? Why do y'all think J.Prince is talking so much? Do y'all think he's scared? Or do y'all think he's trying to incite fear and put fear in the atmosphere? It is clear that since this happened to Takeoff, that they have lost a lot of credibility and a lot of respect. I don't think they have that foothold that they once had. It's slipping. And I think he's had a foothold for so long in the game where people just really respected him, to include a lot of these OGs. I don't think he's taking it too well that he's starting to lose that foothold. Just since November, his popularity has diminished, and the respect that people have for him. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I dropped the link for anybody that want to come up before I kind of move. They are scared, and he deserves only disrespect. For him to say that, and I did not hear that the first time that I listened to that interview, that bullet should have hit. I wish that bullet would have hit Migos Bands instead of Takeoff. That bullet should have hit him instead of Takeoff, because he deserved that. That's evil on so many levels. Instead of him saying that it never should have happened, nobody should have been shooting. He never reprimanded the young men for shooting. Hell, we didn't see Migos Bands do anything. The only thing he did was let them know I got a gun. Like somebody was saying, was he supposed to just let them rob them in peace? It seems like to me he's mad about that. He wanted to be able to rob them in peace. And that didn't happen. Tamo A says, I think J.Prince Sr. has realized they're in it knee deep. No one fears that old man anymore. He's like a cornered animal. And the way his son's voice cracking, nobody, ain't nobody studying about him either. But he's clearly mad at the Houston police. Y'all remember when I told y'all that the police chief, wait a minute, I'm getting ready to pull this up. I'm going to pull this up because y'all got to see this. I want y'all to see this. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find here it is right here. Now I want y'all to see this. That man was up under so now we see why that man was up under stress. Remember, I said he was happier the day Takeoff got killed, right? Now, what I'm getting ready to show y'all is now that's the police chief. That's the day that they got ready. I think the day that they made the arrest, and he seemed like hold on.
To make a statement later if he wants, or definitely here to answer questions. So let me speak to human element first. And everybody that's standing behind me, I want to thank our homicide unit, Ball, the investigator.
That man looked like he was up under a lot of duress. Now, when he did the press conference the morning that Takeoff was killed, he seemed like he was in a better mood. That man was up under so much stress, and I was like, dog, the Houston police chief didn't seem like he was happy that he made that arrest. Why wasn't he happy? You know, you think he would have been thanking his police officers. He did just thank them, but you would have thought that he would have been a little happier, you know what I mean? Because they achieved something. And I said he just seemed like he's up under a lot of stress. Now we understand that with J.Prince Sr. saying, you know, that Houston police should have arrested Migos bands instead of DJ Pat. I mean, that man twisted for real. Okay? That man twisted for real. We see now that him and J.Prince Jr., J.Prince Sr. probably had words. That's why he was up under a lot of stress, because I do believe that this police chief was going to go along with trying to blame Migos, frame Migos bands, but they just had video. Hold on.
And we'll fled. Step up. So please step up, get the information to us so we can bring some closure to this family who's hurting. We will. Trend that are committing crime after crime. Don't know if this is the case here, but we do have at least two individuals pulling triggers around here. We're going to get them in custody, okay?
I think that's when they gave the update. Let me see when they actually made the arrest, because he was really in a bad mood here. Here it is right here. Yeah, this one he was really up under a lot of duress. I guess J.Prince Sr. had cussed him out.
Rest, but before I do that, this morning, it'll go out to her and but everybody, the hundreds of people that Xavier Brown, 33 years old, he was charged with the murder of Takeoff.
The event was a private party. There was a lucrative dice game that went on at the event. There was an argument that happened afterwards outside the bowling alley, which led to the shooting. I can tell you that
Now, he said the police officer, the detective just said himself, the argument that went on outside of the dice game led to the shooting. But of course, we knew that, though.
Takeoff was not involved in playing in the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed. He was an innocent bystander.
Don't we all need Jesus? Them princes seem devoid of the king. I'm telling you. Yes, indeed, you guys. Yes, indeed. I dropped the link. I guess nobody wants to come up. JP3 says, I heard Prince, that nigga though, for real in Texas. Tam, allegedly black youngster just got picked up by the feds in connection to the murder of young dog. Who said? Hey, ain't nobody called and told me, but I don't know. Ain't nobody called and told me that. So, I wouldn't know if he's got arrested. Did you hear that? Did you hear that on another vlog? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. I hadn't heard that. Wonderful Marvelous says she don't that they don't think it was an accident. I don't think it was either. I think they was trying to hit Migos bands too. I do. I think they was trying to hit Migos bands too. JP3, who you talking about? He said, youngster, your artist, and you a bitch, I'm out though. Youngster, you and you, youngster, your artist, and you a bitch, and I'm out. Oh Lord. Right. And he Quavo. See, Quavo walked out too fast. That's what happened. Quavo walked out too fast. But I truly, when he says, when I heard him just say that they should have hit Migos bands, that that's evil. It should have been him that they hit. That made me think that they did try to hit him. They just didn't hit him. That's evil on so many levels. Now, one time did he ever say that those dudes should not have been shooting? As a matter of fact, he tried to defend them, talking about, Lil Cam is a little dude. As a matter of fact, Lil Cam, not one time did Migos band sprang on Lil Cam. Lil Cam was way down on the other end, where Takeoff was at, shooting Takeoff. Migos bands didn't hit, Migos bands did not hit Lil Cam not one time. Lil Cam was way down on the other end with Takeoff, because when they started shooting, Takeoff ran the other way. We saw that, right? So that man just told a whole damn lie. How could, talking about he hitting a man that's about 5'3"? Migos bands did not hit him not one time. He just told a damn lie. Okay? He just told a lie. Migos man's foiled. They're playing heist. Let's see. Yeah, Lil Cam dangerous, and they won't Lil Cam back out. That's what they want. They want Lil Cam back out, so he can continuously, go do hits for him. Y'all, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscription button, and please, yeah, make sure y'all hit the subscription button. Yep. Yeah, if y'all haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. And I want to touch on this right quick before we get off. Y'all run the likes up, hit the like button, as I said. But I wanted to touch on this right quick because this is something that we'll be touching on more. I'll look into that and see if Black Youngster was arrested, but normally somebody will call me and tell me if that happened. So, I don't know. I hadn't heard. But let's see though. My credible source. It'd be my credible sources. Hold on, you guys. This is what I wanted to show you guys.
Brutally murdered in Chicago. Their bodies left in alleys, vacant lots, and abandoned houses, leaving one research group that tracks unsolved murders to suggest a serial killer may be at work.
So who are these women? Well, up until now, their stories have largely been untold. But as WGN's Tanya Francisco reports tonight, a group of journalism students and their professor are working to change that.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button.
I made a decision that I wanted to, make all the pictures black and white. I wanted folks to see who these women were.
But as you look at them, their names and faces are probably not familiar, even though their deaths were shockingly vicious and violent.
We've got to shine a light on this.
John Fountain is a journalism professor at Roosevelt University. He's also a former New York Times national correspondent and a former chief crime reporter for the Chicago Tribune. Last January, Fountain assigned his students an ambitious project to tell the untold stories of 51 murdered women, all of whom were strangled or asphyxiated, some even dismembered and burned. Their bodies discarded like trash in alleys, vacant lots, and abandoned houses scattered across Chicago. Most of their deaths remain unsolved and unreported on by mainstream media.
That was an emotional experience.
Samantha Latson is one of 16 student journalists who worked for a year tracking down the families of the victims and getting them to open up about their loved ones.
They were thankful that I even cared. It didn't matter that I was a student at Roosevelt.
It gives me hope that something would come out of the articles.
Myrna Walker lost her older sister Nancy 18 years ago in the most violent way possible. She disappeared January 28, 2003, hours before she was to meet Myrna for lunch. But it wasn't until a couple of days later the family realized something was horribly wrong.
She never missed dance, ever, 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 ever.
When Nancy didn't show up to teach her dance class at her Buddhist temple, her family reported her missing to Chicago police.
From go, they treated us like we were nobody.
Nearly 2 months later, Nancy's body was found on the side of the road by a cleaning crew. She had been dismembered and put into 3 black contractor bags. The medical examiner says she had been strangled.
I just want to know why. If you could just tell me why.
The Murder Accountability Project, which first raised the red flag about the deaths of these 51 women, says the pattern suggests a serial killer at work and that many of the women were prostitutes or drug addicts.
Even if they were, number one, that's not true. But even if they were, they are human beings and they have a story to tell.
Nancy was a daughter. She was a sister. She was a businesswoman. She loved life.
And Nancy Walker was caring. 1 month before she disappeared, she worried about another young woman who was missing in California, Lacey Peterson.
Every day when my sister and I would get together, she said, Myrna, did they find that Lacey lady yet? And I was like, no, they didn't find her yet. Little did we know, that we would be asking the same question about her.
But unlike Lacey Peterson, Nancy Walker's disappearance got precious little local media attention, much less the national headlines Peterson was getting. Why? Many have openly argued it's because the 51 murdered women, including Nancy Walker, are mostly Black.
We're the America's most unwanted. No one really wants to hear our stories.
Why do you think that is?
1, because we're Black, and 2, because we're women.
We understand how people feel, and we want them to know that the detectives are out there and they're doing the best of which they're capable to solve these crimes, and we're looking to do a better job of connecting with the community as well.
Brendan Dinahan is the chief of detectives for Chicago Police. In 2019, CPD created a task force made up of FBI and CPD detectives to review the cases of the 51 murdered women.
We didn't find any connections specifically stating, through DNA or any other connections to investigatory leads stating that all these cases were linked.
They were, however, able to solve 4 cases, but the state's attorney's office felt charges could only be sustained in 1, that of Diamond Turner. The man charged with her murder is also a suspect in 2 other homicides.
So there's always hope. They're murder investigations, so they're never closed.
Professor Fountain doesn't want this to be a story about race, but he says it's hard to ignore the obvious.
And I am convinced that if there were 51 dogs that were killed in the city of Chicago, the city would be up in arms. And we aren't with these women who have been killed. And we have to change that in society to understand that every life matters.
As for Nancy Walker's case, it remains an open investigation. 18 years later, there have been no arrests or new leads. You can check out the website unforgotten51.com to read more about these women.
Okay, I kind of wanted to touch on that because I'll be doing some updates on some of those 51 women, and it's something not just happening in Chicago, but it's happening all over the United States, really all over the world, but definitely all over the United States. And more, especially Black women and men too, because there's an organ harvesting thing going on, are starting to go missing in record numbers. And of course, y'all know that that's my passion. I've always, I talked about missing persons for so long that I kind of got drained. Y'all know I love talking about the Dawes case. We'll be talking about him again tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. And but we're going to also start incorporating and talking about these missing persons, you guys. And I need y'all's help to help me to bring awareness to these missing men and women, especially these Black people that do not get the media coverage, right? And hopefully we can get or I can get some more people on here. I have been trying for the longest. I had actually nailed a federal agent, an FBI agent coming on, because y'all know I love the police, right? And but he had to reschedule, but he's still going to come on at a later date to talk about a lot of this stuff and what is going on. Now, I do know that they have to be politically correct and can't be just out there, and say, because a lot of times they can't send pandemonium throughout the public. Okay, they just cannot do that for like I said, politically correct. But I can say it, these people are going missing in record numbers because there's a human trafficking situation going on, and there's also a human organ harvesting situation going on, and this stuff has got to be talked about. And we know that a Black man's organ is the preferred organ. Okay, I wanted to show y'all one more thing. I definitely did, because I'd like for people to be aware, right? Hold on. Hold on. If y'all don't believe me, 8 years ago, the feds raided an organization, a warehouse. Look at this. This stuff is real.
Always taking action for you. And first at 6, the investigation of a business deal that deals in human body parts shifting from Detroit to Chicago as the feds launch a new raid.
And once again, hundreds of families will be left wondering if the bodies of loved ones have been bought and sold on the black market.
7 Action News investigator Jim Kirchner is here tonight with a story you'll see only on 7. Jim.
Stephen and Carolyn, this case started here, according to sources, when a man named Arthur Rathburn was shipping human body parts through Metro Airport. Get this, the box leaked blood. Those cargo haulers then called for help. Why were you stockpiling hundreds of human body parts here, sir? That's Art Rathburn. And remember his business 13 months ago? For 2 days, federal investigators dressed in hazmat suits removed body parts of 1,000 different people. Arms, legs, heads cut up and kept on ice, not embalmed, so they would be fresh for the black market. Today, the rundown warehouse on Detroit's east side is shuttered and up for sale. Sources say Rathburn's seized records led them to the Chicago area today, a business called Biological Resource Center in Rosemont. It's difficult to see from the outside, but sources say the hazmat suits and raid are underway on the 6th floor of this office building. The same paper trail led investigators to Biological Resource Center in Phoenix last January, and another raid removing body parts and corpses. There were also ties to similar businesses in Las Vegas. Since these dealt directly with the public, families were left without answers. Julie donated her husband Steve's body and was promised his cremated remains back in a month.
Confused and angry. We thought this was going to be doing some good. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it is.
What do you say to all those families who had no idea their loved ones were in here? Michigan pulled Art Rathburn's license last year after our reporting, even though they were told about his problems 2 years before.
The
You can
scope
go
of his
find out
license.
what the heck he is doing, and that wasn't done. Right?
Did we do something 2 years ago? No, we didn't. Are we doing an investigation now? Yes, we are.
Are you worried about going to prison? Now, no one has been charged by the feds yet. There are actually 2 locations involved in this raid going on right now in the Chicago area. The offices in Rosemont and the lab in another suburb where they have found body parts. But my sources say this case is winding down, and with this new evidence in Chicago, they can now finish this case after some 13 months.
This is so gruesome. Any idea?
Okay, now y'all see why people are going missing in record numbers, you guys. This is real. They try not to put this out into the media to alert people like they should, but they act like there was nothing serious. These are body parts. They're harvesting body parts. Okay? They're harvesting body parts. That's evil and nasty. You know, that's sick. But this is why so many people are going missing, and they more Black people and people of color go missing because they know that they're not going to get the coverage in the media. And so they have, like, I think I've spoken about this before, they have like trafficking rings and things of that nature. But I can't understand is how a Black ass person gonna be involved in these human trafficking rings. Okay, so I guess after they help them, they escort them into the Black neighborhoods, and they go in, they snatch up the little kids and help to get the women and the helpless men or whatever. Then after they go and help that, then they kill their asses and take their damn organs when they should have got them to kill them first, since they sick enough to be helping to escort people into the Black community. And they do it to the Black community because, as I said, the Black community do not get the media coverage. So it's easier to have one of our loved ones go missing because they're going to talk about it for about 30 seconds and they'll never talk about it again, right? So I want to shine a light on that because I'm definitely going to be talking about those 52 women, those 54 women that had gone missing in the Chicago area, right? And kind of breaking it down one by one. And you know, along with other things, y'all know we talk about Dolphin, Key Glock, and all them over here too. I love them. Shout out to Pre, Snoop Bands, Paper Rawu, all them. Okay. While they was doing that in Chicago hotels, why KJ got killed, they got to kill them, period. We can do it to them, period. I rebuke that internet. Absolutely. And a lot of people don't like to talk about that. They don't like to talk about it. Okay. But this stuff is very, very real. It has to be talked about so that our people can definitely, okay, be alert. So that our people can be alert. That's what I'm going to do. Them Republican. Invite their families. Okay. We have to bring awareness to stuff like this. We do. Catalel says, y'all look into cremation. It will make you think twice about doing or drinking water, especially if you live near a cemetery. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Y'all, this stuff, people are sadistic. People are sadistic. Okay. Hold on. I think here's another one too, you guys. I want y'all to see this.
I'm Nate Rogers in Humboldt Park. There's been an active police scene here for the last couple of hours or so.
Yeah, this happened 2 weeks ago.
A severed head arrived here at this warehouse that you see behind me in a box. Police now confirming that a body was discovered here, described as, quote, heavily mashed up. Now, detectives have been going in and out of this business looking for surveillance video and speaking with workers. One worker told us off camera the body arrived on a rail squad car. Chicago police saying the victim is a man approximately 35 to 40 years old. The gruesome discovery occurred around 11 a.m. here at Industrial Storage Warehouse that's located at 4343 West Ohio. The company offers freight transportation and a host of other services. Workers at a logistics company directly across the street have been monitoring the scene all morning long. Here's what one employee told us.
Saw a bunch of cop cars and I'm like, what's going on? And then I hear everybody starts talking and they're saying they found either a head or just a body.
That's what workers over there were saying.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I think it's crazy, just to be right across from where I work at, to find something like that. That's nuts.
And as I said, our police are still investigating the circumstances that led to this discovery. According to police scanner alerts, the body arrived from Mexico just within the last 20 minutes or so. We did see this black van arrive that you see right behind me, perhaps getting ready to remove those human remains. Chicago police right now still investigating this incident. We're live in Humboldt Park. Nate Rogers, Fox 32, Chicago.
All right, Nate.
Okay, you guys, like I said, this stuff is real. This stuff is real. And I think the especially the higher government know exactly what's going on. Okay. Hey, I want to show y'all. Now, this happened 5 years ago. And I want to show y'all this because I had an interest in it, but it was so much media. He got so much media attention. I didn't do a story on it, but I was getting ready to do a story on this case. Listen to this.
Shotzi, the model.
That's Ryan Singleton, a young aspiring model. His story begins right here in Atlanta, where he was raised by his mom.
Somewhere between 3rd and 4th grade, he figured out that his initials of his name, RTS, backward was STR, which meant star. So he started then making himself into a star.
In the fall of 2010, Ryan left Atlanta to pursue his dreams of modeling in New York.
He landed 7 shows during Mercedes Week in New York, and that's huge.
After success in New York, Ryan and his 2 friends, Antonio Faison and Jared Davis, set their sights on Hollywood. Their adventure was all caught on camera as they filmed their pursuit of fame for a docuseries called Are We Famous Yet?
The inspiration for our docuseries was simple. It was Ryan. We wanted to document his journey and becoming a model.
Once they hit LA, things happened quickly.
We were basically in the inner circle. We were being invited to things that we kind of just saw on television and we're like, okay, now we're here.
Then Ryan left LA, returned to New York, and suddenly was married. This is a photo of the ceremony. Next to Ryan is Real Housewife of Atlanta star Cynthia Bailey. But that's not who he was marrying.
I found out on social media, Ryan has gotten married to a man twice his age. I don't even know who this is. I don't have a clue as to what's going on.
Ryan married Keith Brewster, but the marriage didn't last, and Ryan returned home to Georgia in the spring of 2013, where things got more mysterious.
He says, tell me the truth. Okay, something bad is gonna happen to me, isn't it?
Then more mystery. He flew to LA, met someone, then rented a car and drove himself to Las Vegas. Then before driving back, he called his mom.
I said, boy, you okay out there? He said, yeah, I'm getting ready to come home. I said, okay, what do you need? He said, I need you to go in my room and get the $100 out of there.
Ryan's mom wired the money to him. Then she received a phone call from Ryan's ex.
I said, well, Ryan went to the West Coast and told me not to tell you. He said, oh my God, his life would be in danger.
Brewster never told Ryan's mom what the danger was, but it was real. Ryan's car broke down in Death Valley on the ride back from Vegas. He flagged down the highway patrol, who dropped him off at this convenience store, and then Ryan vanished. 74 days later, his mom received another call, this one from investigators who found Ryan's body.
She said, ma'am, Ryan didn't have any organs. He didn't have any eyes, he didn't have a heart, he didn't have any lungs, he didn't have any liver, and he didn't have any kidneys. I said, what? That sounds like somebody took my son's organs and sold them on the black market.
The autopsy report answers very few questions. The cause and manner of death, both undetermined.
If you're looking for a causative element of death here, I think that it's an environmental death. Unforgiving conditions in the desert, 108 degrees, him walking, and all that spells disaster.
His organ was not damaged by animals, not a pointy-eared, tail-wagging, four-legged, furry animal. That was a human animal or animals that did this to my son.
So since the story first aired last night on 11 Alive at 11, there has been an overwhelming reaction on social media for more. Then he went through the autopsy report, the evidence, and the pictures from the scene with his investigators, Joseph Scott Morgan and Charles Middlestad. Together, they analyzed the case to figure out how it can be solved.
Let's bottom line it now. Let's bottom line it. I mean, it's undetermined now. Do you believe that this thing can be solved, that there can be an answer for Ryan's mom from investigators in this case as to what happened to her son?
From the scientific standpoint, I think that we've gone as far as the road can take us at this point. They have examined the remains. Not only has a forensic pathologist examined the remains, but also a forensic anthropologist has examined the remains. There was no sign of trauma. The only thing that they note as real trauma to Ryan's remains is a skull fracture. But both the forensic pathologist and the forensic anthropologist both state clearly that this is probably a post-mortem event. That means after death, and that's as a result of the drying or desiccation that takes place in the bone. Bones became brittle. We're left.
Okay, this lady just said her son didn't have no heart, no kidneys, no eyes, no liver, no nothing vital. And they're saying that they think the animals ate up his stuff, ate his organs up out of his body. We know that's a lie. He's sitting there trying to explain that he think that the animals ate it up. But I played that because that was they did give him a lot of media attention when that happened. But you know what, you guys? This stuff is real. Yeah, he was talking fast. Okay. Miss T, why are people saying that youngster got picked up today? Can you confirm? Nobody has told me that. This is the first time I've heard that youngster got picked up. So, I don't know. I hadn't heard that. I'm trying to let her know I F with her because she F with me hard. I'm going to find out. I'm going to see if I can get it confirmed tonight. And then if I can, what I'll do is I'll do a members video. If there's some tea behind that. Okay, I'm gonna see who I can get in touch with. He hasn't been booked because I just looked that up, but it don't mean that if he was picked up. But the and CEO Media did. It's funny because I talk to my, I talk to my friend every day. I talked to her this morning. Unless he just got picked up, she didn't say nothing about he had been picked up, but. Hey, I don't know. Look him up on the Inner Bank. All right, you guys. I don't know though. Like I said, it's my first time hearing that. That he had been picked up. I had not heard that. If y'all haven't hit the like button, I just saw something and the timestamp said 30 minutes ago. You just saw something? Where did you see it at? Are they saying that Straight Drops officer was in pod officer was in here a little earlier? I don't think he's in here now. But I saw him when he always come in through Facebook. I saw him when he came in, when he said something. I don't know if he's at. I'm gonna see if he's at work. Did they say he had been booked, or I don't know. We'll see. One thing for sure, if he had been arrested, it'll be all over the news. But normally somebody will call and say something. A very uncredited blogger. So CEO Media. Okay. All right, y'all. I enjoyed being on here with you guys tonight. We had some fun tonight. I think we had the opportunity to talk about quite a bit of stuff. A lot of the stuff that I want to start talking about in the future, because it is definitely important. I got some more stuff that I've been working on also, as it relates to a friend of mine who actually was killed. And I think when this Dolph situation was happening, the investigator that I know was working on his case is also been working on the young Dolph's case also, because he used to update me quite a bit about my friend's case, that he was working on. And so I think me and a couple more investigators, because we had started out doing it, PIs, we have been working with his family. I think we're going to revert back to that. And I had already started doing footage like last year, but when one of my friends told me that he had taken over the case, he had gotten promoted and taken over his case and was working his cold case, I felt very secure, in which I still believe, that his case will be solved, whether we have to do it or whether he does it. But he was making a lot of traction in the case. But then this young Dolph, because he actually died the same year, like in March 4th of 2021. Okay, and then his case went cold, and then my friend was promoted. And he has picked, because the investigator that had his case before, was not doing anything for him. Okay. And so then I think a lot of, investigators, I was talking to his family the other day. They was like, well, it just seems like, all of the investigators, they've forgotten about my brother. I said, I don't think so. I don't think they've forgotten about him. But I'm definitely going to be doing a video on his case also. Right, because I do believe that his case is solvable. Okay. But rest in peace to him. I'm not gonna say his name because people try to jump ahead of you. But rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to young Dolph. Rest in peace to Duke the Jeweler. Rest in peace to Takeoff. Rest in peace to all of the fallen soldiers, whose lives were interrupted abruptly. Definitely. Their lives were interrupted. They're gone definitely too soon, and may there be justice in totality, right? All persons that are involved in their murders, may they be brought to justice, right? Whoever they are, those that we know about, those that we don't know about, But you guys, I really enjoyed being on here with you guys tonight. I got to get off because I got to finish doing some paperwork for a client of mine that I need to have to them by midnight tonight. But I definitely appreciate, because y'all listen, y'all, before I go out on my case tomorrow, my grandbaby gonna be here. I gotta keep her for a few hours in the morning. And when she walk into my house, child, her head be sitting straight up early in the morning. Don't be sleeping nothing, head just straight up in the air, ready for me to talk to her. Okay, so I already know I got to give me some rest because she's not going to let me sleep before I go out on my case tomorrow. But I definitely got to have this paperwork in to my client tonight. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. All of my subscribers that are definitely dedicated to me, all of my new subscribers, I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. I don't take any of you guys for granted. I appreciate your support for the channel, okay? If you would like to donate to the channel, you could donate to the channel via Cash App, or you can donate to the channel via Super Sticker. Okay. All right. You can donate to the channel via Super Sticker. I want to pray before we go out of here, because I know oftentimes we have a lot of evil eyes that are in here, but we reverse every curse and send it back to the sender. I ask God to look over me and my family and you and your family. No weapon formed against any of us shall prosper. Anything that rises up against any of us and our families will be condemned. Any lying tongue will be condemned. May God reverse every curse spoken, every lie told and sent back to the sender. May it manifest in their lives in less than 30 days. Okay. I love you guys. I want you guys to have a good night and be safe.